Me a big nice Beats by Dre over there. I'm chilling. I'm walking with my headset on, playing on my G-pad. You know, I'm a music list on there, and I'm listening to music as I'm walking through all these people. But I'm thinking about, man, I gotta go get this workout. Man, after I do this workout, then man, I gotta do this workout, get the workout finished, and then I'ma go back over here, and then I gotta go do this, and I gotta run over here and go make sure this because I ain't get that, and I'm just thinking about all this other shit. And not realizing the phone ain't gonna help me here. Nothing, because ain't nobody I know here. Well, I know people, but the people that call me that I gotta deal with, they ain't there. This is me, my time, away from myself. And I started realizing that, damn, I'm on the trip that I asked to go on. It don't mean it was gonna be all these things, because I never said all these things when I asked to go on the trip to the Creator. Example, say you tell God, I want a burger. I want me a burger, a real burger, and I want me a burger, and that's what I want. I want a burger. And God get grandma to make you a burger. And you like, I ain't want this burger. I wanted a burger from Fat Burgers. I wanted this burger from this burger place, this Burger Fry. I wanted this burger. That ain't what you said. That's why the Bible say, be careful of what you wish for. Very careful of the words you use and what you ask for, because you might get exactly what you said. And the way he works is exactly what you said. So you need to be very careful in what you wish for and the words you use, and you need to really think it through and know what you want. You need to visualize about it so you know what you want. Then there is no mistakes. And most people, especially Poe, we don't use our minds the way we think we do. And once I was shown this by the Creator and the higher self, it made everything more easier for me, because then I knew what I needed to do. And everything I had already got, I was very specific about it. So I wrote down what I wanted, I visualized it, and I got those things. And I was very happy with I was getting what was on the paper. It took me a while to realize I'm getting exactly what I wrote and nothing different. It was even better than how I visualized it, because it was even more to it than that when I actually got the things I wanted. So you can get the things on the planet you want. Jealousy does exist. And back to that story, because I jumped off and went to rambling, because this ties kind of into that. Because those that have a purpose, this is what you're going to go through along your journey. The people that's around you, they don't mean you good, most of them. And they don't want to see you have more than them. Now, the way it should work is, it shouldn't matter what I have if you gonna help me with something. If you gonna help me with, and if I ain't squandering my money, if I ain't just fucking it off and blowing it, that's different. But if what I found about people, especially the people close to you or around you, is most people in this planet get killed by people they knew. When I started looking into a lot of the deaths were about people that the people were supposed to love them, that people they knew. Somebody you went to school with, or a family member, or a friend, or a friend of a friend, you know, and that friend had this friend come get you. It's always people that kill you that you know. I always stayed to myself because of this reason. And it's just a crazy thing when you sit and think about it. When you die, you don't know you're gonna die. When you come on this planet, you have a birth date, but you also have an expiration date. We all do, and we don't know when it is, right? So, it's amazing that it should work. Like, if I got this nice jewelry in this car, and I got a cousin that he want to help me, he say he want to help me, and when they jealous of you, they don't really want to help you, right? They see you got a nice car and they got an old beat up car because they blowing their money, and they're like, man, I had to have this work van to make my money. But he done spend a ton of money on all this stupid shit. He done took trips all over the place and went to do this and do that, and then he like to blow his money giving it out to hoes and girls, and he like to go over and pay all these people. That's the money he supposed to be using to buy his nice car. He done used all that money throughout his life to do for somebody else, right? And he ain't married to her, right? So then she leave, and then he's sitting there stuck. Now he mad that you got all this stuff, and you ain't looking all toe up and beat down about it because you was smart about your shit. You went through suffering too. But you saved to get what you wanted, and he didn't. He just kept work, and ain't got nothing to show for it. My biggest thing here is if you work a job making all this money, 60,000, 40,000, 100,000, 200,000 a year, and you ain't got nothing to show for it. You got a regular car that anybody could have saved up and went and got. And then when it come to all the nice cars, you want to drive somebody else's shit because you didn't go get it for yourself. But you don't have the stuff you want. You have nice things, but not dream things. Then that means you just cheap as shit and don't want to invest into your own dream. That's what they tell me. And the way it should work is if the people want to help you, it shouldn't matter what you got. They should still help you. You got a job, you got a business, you need help. Yeah, I got my nice car and my jewelry because I saved up for it, and you took your money and you blew it. That's fair. And then you telling me you need help. Then I'm like, okay, let me come work with you. Let me make that $1,000 that you finna go pay. You say somebody could make. Oh no, they don't want to do that shit for you. Not you. Because you just told him, oh, you gonna go take that $1,000 and you gonna go get you pair of Versace shades, or yeah, you gonna get you a pair of Versace shades you really wanted. You always wanted a pair, you gonna go buy you some, right? And they like $500-$600. You say, man, I want to get me 2 pairs of them, you know. That's 2 pairs I like, I want to go get. He pissed. Cause he thinking about how he gonna go work and make this money, and he gotta go pay these bills that he accumulated, and he gotta go pay his debts and shit that he don't put himself in. And then you don't got those debts because you budget your money well and pay your shit. And you just told this motherfucker you finna go buy you 2 pairs of Versace shades, and he wearing some cheap shades. Now he mad. Inside, that nigga bubbling inside, okay? He feeling salty. He feeling some kind of way. But then they be like, oh, so you gonna go and get you some Versace shades? Inside, that nigga saying, that's why I ain't gonna hook you over the job, nigga. Cause you ain't even buy the fucking Versace shades with my money. No, it's his money because he worked for it. He want to take that money that he went and earned with you and go get him for some Versace shades. That's his right. You can't get mad. This is what I don't like about people. Why get mad with somebody else because they willing to do something you not willing to do? Let me tell you what else I learned about that. Even if this person that want this shit, say he wanted the example. Say there was 2, he wanted a Rolex and you wanted a Rolex. This real. Check it out. You get the money, both of y'all get the money, we're giving the money to go get these Rolexes, right? The Rolex costed 15 grand, 20 grand. It could be 15, it could be 10, it could be 30. What I've learned about the number, it don't matter with those people that are cheap and that say they want certain things. It don't matter because they still won't spend it. Everybody can't be at the top, and everybody can't follow you because they ain't willing to do what you did because they don't have the education or the knowledge about what you're doing. But you do because you done did the research, and they don't. So listen to it. Rolex costs 30,000. Let's say 30,000, right? Y'all get the money to get the Rolex. Both of y'all. Both of y'all are giving $30,000 to go get this Rolex. He say, man, I always wanted a Rolex. You say, man, I always wanted one. But you the person that you take your money and you gonna go ahead and go purchase that Rolex, right? And be broke. But you got your Rolex, right? This person over here, they ain't gonna do that. They gonna say, man, that's a lot of money to be spending on that Rolex. Man, it's 30,000, man. I can invest this money and make some money on my money. It sounds good, guys. It sounds good. I can take this money and I can invest this money. I ain't finna spend no 30,000 on no Rolex. Listen to it, cause this gets crazy, bro. It get crazy. Okay. You buy your Rolex, you happy as shit. He looking at you. Oh, you went and bought it. Yeah, I went and got it, bro. I love my Rolex too, man. Nice, man. I'm happy with my purchase. But you broke. Yeah, I'm all right, bro. Oh, well, man, you should use that money to invest that money, get you some money, to get, to save up, then go get you the Rolex. This sounds good. This sounds good. That's what his brain is getting him to do. He done it over and over and he never accomplished that, but he don't see that that's not the way that it works. When you get your word to God that, hey, you give me this money, I'm going to do this, you got to do what you said. It's tests for what you want. You always get tested. That comes with it too. So you took your money and you went and bought your Rolex and you happy with your purchase and you loving it. You loving every minute of it. You can't stop looking at it. You're thanking God for it. You got it. You happy, right? And the other person, they got 30,000. They happy with you too. They happy for you too right now because they got 30,000 too, right? Listen to it. So then they turn around and they loan somebody 5,000 here, and then they turn around and they go pay a bill, a couple of their bills, 7,000 there. Let's keep it simple, 5,000 on some bills, okay? Then there was a trip they wanted to go on, and they go on this trip, and they spend another 5,000, 4,000 on the trip. They take a couple of they chick or they friends with them, and they go party. Their birthday came up, and they go and spend that 5,000 on their trip. And they say, man, it's my birthday, man. I could do this. I'm gonna put this money back. It's gonna get put back. Then, a couple more months pass, and then they pay some more bills. $3,000-$4,000. All right. Now, they done spent over $17,000 pretty much. 5,000 on this, and 5,000 on their birthday, and 5,000 in bills. And they done spent up about $15,000. A couple more months later, they done paid some bills. Next thing you know, they broke. 6 months, 8 months later, they broke. That money gone. Now, here's the thing. They money gone, and they never invested the money on none of the shit they said. I couldn't find a good business. You can ask them, they have 100 different excuses, but they never invested the money, right? This is why a lot of people don't have shit. And there's a small amount of people that do. But listen to it. They were happy for you that you got your Rolex. And you still got your Rolex, right? And your Rolex look brand spanking new. Now, you come over one day, they going through some shit, they down about their bill, they pissed off, this person talking about they need to get them this, or they loaned somebody money, they never got it back, and now they sitting over there and they mad as shit, and they talking about these bills piling up and stuff they had to pay. And you say, well, didn't you invest your money? Man, I had all this stuff to do. I couldn't invest my money, man. I had bills to pay and this and this and that, man. I'm in the real world. You over here talking about, did I invest money? I ain't seen a good investment for me to invest the money. No, they just said that shit, and they let their man talk them out of doing what they were supposed to do with the money. Because they say, man, I ain't spending no 30,000 on no watch. You was stupid for spending 30,000 on that watch. You dumb. But now you sitting there with your nice rolling on, and that roller is attracting you business deals. It's attracting you women. It's attracting you, opening doors of opportunity, because money attracts money, people. It really does. It really, really does. So now you got your rolling, okay? And they looking at you with that Rolex, and now they looking at you with anger. Because you still got your Rolex, and it look brand new. Like, man, I love my watch, bro. Man, that's a beautiful watch, bro. $30,000 you spent on that watch, man. You know what I could have did with them $30,000? You just did. You spent it. They ain't what you had $30,000, just like I did. You spent it, but they ain't how they looking at it. And they, man, they upset with you now, and they ain't happy for you no more. They upset with you now, because they money gone, and you got a nice new Rolex over here, and they still looking at that Rolex and seeing all the money you spent for it, and they're pissed. Because remember, they really wanted one too, that they said, but they didn't want it as bad as you did. So now they got a job coming up. Listen to it. They got a job coming up. And they like, man, this job, I need some help, man. You hear them talking to somebody. This job coming up, I need some help. Man, I'm gonna make about this, but I owe this much in debt. I'm gonna make about if I get the help, I'm willing to pay somebody $2,000-$3,000 to help me with this big job I gotta do. And I need to get the job, and I need to get the job done. I need the help to help me finish the job. And then you say, hey man, I'll help you with the job. You over here, right? When they get off or get through talking to who they talking to, nobody don't want to go help them because it's a big ass job, right? And nobody don't want to do that kind of work. So nobody don't want to go off with them nowhere for that long to make that money. But you willing to go do it. You like, hey, I'll go with you and help you and go with you. Nah, man, it's all right, man. Nah, bro. Nah, man. I don't really need the help like that. I was just telling them that, nah, this is like something I gotta, I gotta go do. And, I was just telling them that so, I won't have to, because they want me to do something for them and I can't because I got to do the job. And in real reality, he really needed the help, but he don't want you to help him because he don't want to give you that money. Because he already see you got the Rolex and he mad about that Rolex that you wearing. And now he say, well, you say, well, man, I need the job so I can get the money. And when I get the money, I'm gonna go get me, I'm gonna go get me them 2 Versace glasses, okay, 2 pairs of those. And then I want to take this cruise, and the other money I'm gonna get me a nice little ring to go with the watch. You love the person, you care about the person, they both look out for you. So you just telling them what you're gonna do. You happy, you're excited about what your plans are, and you really could get these things done with that $3,000. You could do a lot, and you telling them what you want to do. I want the Versace shades, so when I go on a cruise, I got the shades, and then I got I have a couple, at least 2 options, and I go on the cruise, and it's my first pair of shades, and I want to buy them. But this motherfucker steaming, Willie beaming inside, bro. They burning, they bubbling in there. They feeling salty as hell right now. Nigga talking about taking my money and going on a cruise, taking my money and going to buy some Versace shades and buy him a ring to go with their fucking Rolex. Oh, hell no. I ain't helping this nigga out. That's what they thinking. They don't want to help you. Now, if you came and you said, man, I lost the Rolex and didn't wear it. Man, I got all this debt, these bills, bro. I'm struggling. I'm bad. I'm in the need of money, and I just need some help. And you looking bad, now they'll come get you to come work with them then, because that's where they want to see you at. They want you to be there, and then they willing to help you there because you need it. It's like in this world, it's just so backwards, bro. The people that need the money, nobody want to give you the money when you need the money. When you get the money, everybody give you money now that you got money. When you show that you got money, that's when they want to give you money. When you need the money, don't nobody want to give you shit. Right? But the people close to you, if you look like you got the money, they ain't giving you shit. If you look like you really need the money, then you really doing bad, you down and out, then they'll give you some shit. But the way that the world is set up, the people gravitate towards the people who have the shit, the look, the money, the stuff, right? And the people that's close to you, they gravitate off negative shit, most of them. And if you look like you got it, it's jealousy that you gain, that comes about this. Jealousy that comes with that, okay? These people close to you is jealous. Cause you got this shit and they ain't got it, and they upset. Oh man, and listen to this shit. Like, you can't have no problems when you got nice things, bro. You can't. You can't, right? You say, man, I really need the money. Well, man, you go get a job. I ain't gonna ever forget it. I was delivering pizza for Papa John's when I was younger, right? And I had, my little bracelet, my little chain, I had I always kept me a nice little sneaker game. And I had some carat diamond earrings, solid stones. And I remember I went to the job and, I was wearing my earrings. They was, in my ear. I ain't gonna leave them bitches laying around. Everybody had on their jewelry. I'm in there with the Spanish folks. I'm kicking ass. I'm delivering pieces. Wasn't so great with the addresses, but I had a new RAV4 truck. So I put a cloth down, put the shit on my truck, and I would drive the truck and go deliver the shit. Well, the manager dude was a Cuban guy. He was an older guy. And he, when I first came there, he said, man, you got a nice new truck. You sure you gonna want to use it to put the sign on there and deliver it? I said, yeah, I do it. No problem, bro. Everybody else doing it, I do it. But I was young with the truck. So he was like, oh, okay, cool. I need somebody with a dependable car. That's how I started out. So I'm doing the pieces, doing the delivery, this, and that. And it's a girl at the job that he liked. I ain't saying nothing to nobody. I'm trying to get my money up so that I can go get, go get this thing or, get some rims for my car. Shit I wanted. It was some stuff I wanted and I didn't want to use. I didn't want to use my saved money, so I was trying to get more money to go, make it, to get this money together to go get this thing I wanted for my car. So I remember he asked me, he said, man, well, when you get, everybody talking about their goals and what they, what they wanted, motherfucker, I want to make manager, I want this, I want that. And I was like, well, I want to just save up the money to get the rims for my car that I wanted to put on here. I wanted to get some rims on my car, and that's what I wanted. So, I'm saving up every nickel to do that. And they know, they see you determined, they see all the shit you got, and they upset, man. He was upset, bro. At first it was cool. I was doing everything he said the other guys weren't doing. I was getting all the shit there. I was getting shit there on time. Everything was cool. A chick that he liked made a comment to him about me in front of everybody in my car. She was like, he got a nice new RAV4 truck. I really like his truck. And I wanted to ask him about the truck. And he handsome. He cute, is what she said. Man, this dude heard that shit. He was upset. And this dude turned around after hearing that shit. And this dude said, he started giving me shit. She came out and asked me about the car. Now, I didn't know nothing about it. He liked her. I never even said nothing to the lady. I had a lady. So I really didn't care. My mind was focused on what I needed to do. So I was so close to the goal. This dude looked at me. I did a delivery, came back. He was trying to make me not make it there on time so he could have something to say. I made it there on time. People gave me they tipped me, and then they gave me a good review. They called and said, man, he got us to, every time he bring our stuff, it's always on time. Send him to bring it from now on when it coming to this address. A couple people did that. Yo, this dude was fucking heated. He say, man, you don't look like, he said, man, you made it there on time? Cause I don't think you, I say, yeah, I made it there on time. Nah, man, I said, yeah, man, they tipped me. I did make it there on time. He said, well, them people calling. I say, yeah, they calling, and what happened? What did they say? And they said they was gonna call and give me, a good review, like, a compliment about, what I did. And they did, but he was fucking heated. The other boss heard and say, man, Tony doing good. He doing real good. We want to give him a little promotion. He been doing, bro, this dude was so fucking heated. That dude tried everything to get me out of there. All over the chick making a compliment. But it really wasn't just about the compliment. Check it out. This is the words he used. And this is why at the time I was just, I don't know, I guess at the time I was lame. I didn't understand. I was just like, why this dude is so upset with me? It didn't make sense because we was cool. I had no issues with the guy. He was an older guy. He had a good, decent life. He was married with children. Okay. He couldn't fuck with the girl. I didn't care nothing about the girl. I had a chick, and I had never said nothing to the girl, so I didn't even make a comment about her. But the dude was angry because this is what he said. He had a little car. I had a big, little SUV. Nigga say, why do people who don't need the cars have the cars. I'm over here struggling with my family, and we can't even all get together in my little car, and it's breaking down on me. And then you come in here, and I'm a big boss, and you driving a car that's better than all our car. And you got plenty of room for a family, and you ain't got a family. And I'm like, well, I got a girl and she got kids, and this is what we needed. I need this money. I still gotta pay for this car. I don't own this car. I still gotta pay. I got bills like everybody else. Yeah, but you got a new car and you got your jewelry and you could just sell your jewelry. I said, why would I do that? I ain't selling my jewelry when I can sit here and make the money and pay for the stuff. Why would I sell my stuff that I earn? You don't really need a job. It don't look like you need a job. So this dude went and basically just got me fired, bro. Like, he started coming at me and then saying that I was coming at him and I was coming back at him because he was coming at me for no reason, and I was just defending myself. I was just, oh, you talking back and da-da-da-da-da. But I was doing all the work I was told to do. I was delivering everything I was supposed to deliver, and he was like, you ain't gonna get no promotion with me here. Literally, he told me that. He said, you gonna have to, he said, it's gonna be you and me. It ain't gonna be me. I've been here for a long, long time. I said, well, you can retire in this motherfucker if you want to. I don't care. I say, for me, it ain't all that, bro. I'm just saving up to go get my rent. So you don't even need the job. You saving up for rent. But that's my money. It's what I want to do. My bills and stuff is good. You don't look like you need the job, bro. And people that really need the job, and I just don't want you here. And dude, so long story short, he get me out of the job. He get me fired. He fires me. He don't go to the boss. He fires me. And then the boss asked about it, and he was just like, look, bro, they were good friends. He was like, look, bro, I just had to get rid of him. I couldn't have him here with me. So the dude accepted it. So check it out. God don't like ugly. 2 years later, I'm in a Mercedes. I see this guy. The guy looked like he was on crack. Teeth was all gray looking and yellow. He was looking all fucked up. He ain't had his wife no more, his family no more. Nigga was looking like shit. It looked like he was on drugs real hard. He wasn't no boss, said nothing no more. He was on the street. And he just looked horrible, bro. And I ran into him, and I couldn't believe it was him. And I was in a Mercedes, and he said, that's how I knew it was him. I ain't even recognize him. He say, man, you sure do keep some nice cars. When I stepped out the car to go in this shopping center in this store, he was right there. He said, man, you sure do keep some nice cars. He said, you don't remember me? I say, from where? He said, I was your boss at Papa John's a couple years back. I say, oh, right, you got me fired. I say, and now look. I say, wow. Look at how the merry-go-round comes around when it comes around. And he looked at me, and he said, man, a lot of stuff went bad in my life, and, I've been having all these problems. I don't think it was just because of me, because he was nasty with a lot of people, so he was paying his karma debt. On the other hand, yeah, I needed the job. He got me fired, but I ended up going another route and getting the money anyway. I didn't never get the rims for that truck. I actually ended up just saving the money, and then I put the money into something else. That money doubled to this money, and then next thing you know, I used that money and went and go do something else. And next thing you know, I'm in my Mercedes. In my Mercedes with my same jewelry and everything. And he was like, man, you sure take care of your stuff. And I'm so sorry for what I did there. And, he came up talking to me, man, if you could give me, if you could loan me something or give me this, I gave him $5 and just kept going. Gave him $5, went on by my business. I felt bad for him. And in my mind, I heard the voice, and the voice said, see, don't pay to be nasty. He got what he deserved. He was treating everybody like shit. Now he ain't got nobody to turn to, and look at where he at. Look at how everything went. He fucked you out of that job over jealousy, over what you had. Because all he talked about when he came at me was my new car. my jewelry, my shoes, everything he talked about. So later, when all this knowledge hit me, and later in life, and I started realizing why something happened, the intent, and then you listen to the words that people use carefully and their feelings and emotions. It was jealousy. I never had a problem with that guy. We were cool. He hired me. We were real cool. We got along good. The guy liked me up until he liked the girl and she made a comment. And then he heard what I wanted to buy. He said, you want to make the money to go buy some rims for your car. Everybody needs the money. I need the money too. I got to buy rims for my car. I want to buy rims for my car. That's my choice. What you choose to do with your money is your business. If I ain't got no whole bunch of debts out there, and I ain't just blowing my money on dumb shit, but this was something that I was getting that I liked, and I could resell and get a lot of my money back. And it was gonna make my car look nice, and I really wanted the rims. And it was my thing. So I had to work to get that shit, make the sacrifice. And Buddy didn't understand that. He just didn't get it. So it really bothered me that this is the way he was viewing me. But as time went on, I started looking at more of these situations come up more. My brother did the same thing. So you ain't got no friends. You ain't really got no family. The people that's close to you be the worstest ones sometimes. And you would just never know who is around you and what it is till you don't think nothing bad about these people. You would take your shirt off your back to give it to them. That's how you are. But they not like that. They don't want to take